את הכל, וזהו נס גדול, עליו נודה בקול, למלך העולם, כי לא אחד בלבד, עלינו כבר עמד, אבל השם אחד, מצילנו מידיו. אלפי שנים ועדיין מנסים לחשוב ולהבין איך זה יכול להיות שעם קטן אחד אשר עוד חי ולא עבד, מי יגלה את הסוד? גדול, עליו נודה בקול, למלך העולם, כי לא אחד בלבד, עלינו כבר עמד, אבל השם אחד, מצילנו מידיו. אלפי שנים ועדיין מנסים לחשוב ולהבין איך זה יכול להיות שעם קטן אחד אשר עוד חי ולא עבד, מי יגלה את הסוד? ישראל לנצח, לנצח נשאר
I'd like to welcome everybody to Moriah School's 52nd annual graduation ceremony. Celebrating the class of 2023. Please rise for our tikva and the Star Spangled Banner.
Don't forget the speaker.
Good evening. I am President of the Board of Trustees of Moriah, and on behalf of Jason Goldberg, Chairman of the Board, and myself, I am thrilled to welcome you to the Moriah School's 2023 graduation ceremony. Mazel tov to the parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, family, friends, and supporters that are here to celebrate with us tonight. Thank you to the administration, faculty, and staff for all you do to give us these incredible Moriah moments. The time and care you devote to our children's education and development is truly appreciated. You have instilled in our graduates a love of learning in both general studies and Limudei Kodesh, providing them with a strong foundation to allow them to excel as they move forward. You have taught our students how to care, how to be a friend, how to support the larger community. We are blessed at Moriah to have committed administrators, motivated and creative faculty, an engaged board, and collaborative and committed families. And of course, mazel tov to our graduates. It is my honor and pleasure to address this year's exceptional class of 2023. Almost years in preparation for my graduation address, I would likely reach out to administrators, faculty, and parents to learn about the class. This year that was not necessary, given that this one I hold near and dear to my heart. And I am not alone. Graduates, you are known throughout the school as a talented and cohesive group. Your skills shine inside and outside the classroom. You are debaters and Torah Bowl champs. You are singers, dancers, artists, and accomplished athletes. But your talents extend beyond the academic and extracurricular. More noteworthy are the characteristics and midot that have garnered deep respect for your class. You are mensches, caring for each other, our school, and our community. You have celebrated together, you have faced challenges both individually and as a group, and continuously risen to the occasion. Some of you have been together since early childhood. Some joined later. All of you graduate now together as the class of 2023. In Wonder by R.J. Palacio, a beloved character expresses, "The best way to measure how much you've grown isn't by inches or the number of laps you can now run around the track or even your grade point average, though those things are important to be sure. It's what you've done with your time, how you've chosen to spend your days, and whom you've touched this year. That, to me, is the greatest measure of success." Graduates, by this important measure, you are truly a Moriah success. Last week, as I sat down and signed each of your diplomas, I was able to see each of your faces, hear your voices, and more than that, recognize the amazing young men and women that you have all grown to become. As you leave Moriah, be proud of your name, of your family's name, our community, and our school. Know that Moriah is proud of you. This year at Moriah, a new tradition was started, the 8th grade clap out. On your last day of school, the entire student body stood outside their classrooms, applauding, cheering, and escorting you as you walked through the halls one last time as students. Your fellow Moriah students were joined by your teachers, staff, maintenance, Nurse Toby, security, and administrators, all of whom helped support, build, and shape the people you are today. Now, as you all look forward to what comes next, I'm sure it is a time of mixed emotions. New chapters are scary, as they bring new expectations and unknowns, but they also bring new people and new opportunities. You are ready. And if there comes a moment, as there undoubtedly will, when you feel ungrounded, think back to the clap out. The students, faculty, and staff, along with your families and the entire community, are always cheering for and with you. This extends to our 27 Moriah families here tonight who are graduating their youngest Moriah child. Look no further than to the 20 graduates here tonight who are children of Moriah alumni to know that the support and warmth from Moriah will continue. To the class of 2023, on behalf of Moriah, I wish you continued success, filled with good memories, achievement, health, and happiness. Mazel tov. It is now my honor to introduce Moriah's head of school, Rabbi Alter.
Esteemed faculty, parents, and family members, and most importantly, the recipients of our attentions tonight, our students. You have spent most of your life as Moriah students. That title may no longer be appropriate. As of tonight, you are about to become Moriah alumni. But I would like to suggest a different, more appropriate title. You are now Moriah alumni students. For you never graduate from being a student. Rather, You enter the next stages of your lives as passionate, articulate, and curious students. While at Moriah, you mastered many forms of knowledge and skills, you developed proper midot, and you began to understand your role in the world in which we live, in society and among the Jewish people. You also learned that the more you learn, the more you understand how much more there is to learn. When Chazal described a great scholar, they deliberately refer to him as a Talmid Chacham, a brilliant student, in recognition that to live life fully is to always be learning. This is the message I leave with you tonight. Be a student, always. First and foremost, be a student of Torah. Torah is our guidepost, our manual towards living a meaningful life based on Jewish values. The emphasis we have always placed on Torah study as a people is the primary reason that our culture has always valued learning. From the day that your parents enrolled you as a young child in Moriah, they were fulfilling the basic Torah precept of Vishinantam Levanecha, the obligation to teach our children Torah, because your parents recognize the centrality of this value. We are known as the people of the book. This term, which actually originates from early Islam's description of Jews, has come to celebrate our relationship with the books of Torah and the centrality of Torah study in our lives. Rabbi Akiva in the Gemara in Brachot describes a Jew without Torah as a fish without water. Professor Harry Wolfson, a former chair of the Judaic Studies Department at Harvard, when asked what makes the Jewish people unique, once said, "I think we are the only people who, when we drop a book, we pick it up and kiss it." According to Guinness World Records, the Tanakh is the best-selling book of all time. At their Tekes Hashba'ah, swearing-in ceremony, IDF soldiers received their gun and their Tanakh. And Rabbi Jonathan Sachs argues that the Egyptians built pyramids, the Greeks built temples, the Romans built amphitheaters, and Jews built schools. They knew that to defend a country, you need an army, but to defend a civilization, you need education. So Jews became the people whose heroes were teachers, whose citadels were schools, and whose passion was study and the life of the mind. All of these notions illustrate the centrality of learning Torah. Graduates, be a student of Torah. Be a student of the humanities, the branches of knowledge that teach us about the human being and the human condition, human values and the human spirit. Study of the humanities helps us understand and interpret the human experience as individuals and societies. We develop wisdom, empathy, and a deeper understanding of our own and others' values through studying the humanities. When you study great literature, you expand your ability to think deeply about the world, to understand other cultures, temperaments, or viewpoints, and to develop a worldview that is inspired by all that you have learned. You also develop the strength and self-confidence to engage with views and ideologies that are not in line with your values, and to advocate for and champion your people, your values, and your community. This is especially important in an era where simplistic names are used to purportedly illuminate deeper meaning, where many express themselves publicly with brief tweets about complex topics, and where interactions with society are perceived to take place through posting of pictures throughout the day. C.S. Lewis describes the role literature can play in our lives. Literature adds to reality. It does not simply describe it. It enriches the necessary competencies that daily life requires and provides. And in this respect, it irrigates the deserts that our lives have already become. So graduates, be students of great literature. History is also one of the humanities. I find the study of history to be pointedly relevant and critical to our era. Ironically, because of the plethora of information at our fingertips today. The Torah tells us, Zechor yemot olam, binu shnot dor vador. Remember the days of old, consider the years of ages past. The historian John Meacham writes that to know what has come before is to be armed against despair. I would suggest that one is also armed against hyperbole and falsity. To those who argue that we live in the most divided time in American history, the historian reminds them of the divisions caused by the Vietnam War or the Civil War, which resulted in over 600,000 deaths. To those who argue that we live in the most anti-Semitic time in American history, the historian reminds them of the rise of the Second Ku Klux Klan in the 20s, when its membership included 11 U.S. governors and 16 U.S. senators, or the attempt by General Grant in 1682 to kick Jews out of a large swath of the United States. To those who argue that the coming election is the most important election in our history, the historian reminds us that they said the same thing 4 years ago and 4 years prior to that, as well as 4 years prior to that election. Study of history gives us perspective and a wider lens with which to view our current realities. Graduates, be students of history. Be a student of Hebrew. The study of the Hebrew language has always been critical to the Jewish people. Our most important texts are in Hebrew and in Aramaic, a language that is closely related to Hebrew. As such, access to the wisdom of thousands of years of Torah writings is accessible only to those who are Hebrew proficient. Additionally, there is a religious imperative to teach our children Hebrew. The Sifrei in Parsha Eikev, quoted by Rashi, argues that parents are obligated to teach their children Torah and to teach them Hebrew language. And finally, with the miraculous creation of the modern state of Israel, our people realized a vision that we dreamed about for 2,000 years. Hebrew once again became a living language, spoken in the bank, at the supermarket, in the chambers of the Supreme Court, and in the halls of universities and yeshivot. Your ability to speak Hebrew will connect you to the vibrancy, dynamism, and spirituality of Israeli culture. Graduates, be students of Hebrew. Be a student of science. Science helps us understand the world around us and appreciate the wonder of God's creation. Human progress in so many fields has been led by scientific exploration and scientific breakthroughs, and our world is a radically better place because of it. But science is meaningful even to those who won't discover a new drug or medical procedure. Science helps us provide us with a way of thinking, encourages us to problem solve, to ask good questions, and figure out how to find good answers. Science encourages us to seek the truth. Graduates, be students of science. There are many more disciplines that I could discuss here, but I think you get my point. Benjamin Franklin once said that an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. I encourage you, our newly minted Moriah alumni students, to pick up Sfarim and books every day of your lives. Continue to learn and grow, and our bracha to you as you move to the next stages of your lives is that you live up to the desire to become a Talmid Chacham or Talmidah Chachama, holding a lifelong commitment to learning, curious about the world, and eager to learn more about it every day. Mazal tov. I'd like to now call upon Celia Fenster, the first of our class speakers.
Most Lord Rabbi Alter, Mrs. Boyne, Mrs. Heller, teachers, Rebbeim, parents, other guests, and of course my fellow graduates. I'm honored to be speaking on behalf of Moriah's graduating class of 2023. I can't believe that it's been about 6 years since I first came to Moriah in 3rd grade. It's weird because I remember not knowing anyone or anything about this brand new school that seems like the largest building I've ever seen. I know Moriah is not that big, but to be fair, I'm short, so a lot of things look really big to me. I remember thinking about how Moriah was so different from my old school and being scared of this switch. Eventually, I decided to adjust to this new school by taking everything one day at a time. And at some point, Moriah became a comfortable and familiar place. If you don't understand what I mean, let me give another example of this approach. When the COVID pandemic first began, it was this crazy new virus that scared scared everyone. No one understood it, and no one was used to all the new safety precautions that had to be taken. Gradually, masks and COVID tests became the new normal for everyone. In Miss Knoll's science class, she taught us about evolution and how it, too, is gradual. Evolution takes a while, and you can't tell when it's happening. It's only afterwards that you can see that a change has occurred. Well, our time at Moriah is over, and I can tell that there has been a change inside of me. Moriah is now a part of me, and although it was scary to walk into the building on my first day, now it's instinctive. We are now going to high school and moving on with our lives. There we will all face our own struggles, and my advice is to take everything one step at a time. As we learned in English class this year, in To Kill a Mockingbird, Atticus Finch tells his children that being brave doesn't mean being violent or heroic. It means doing the right thing, even if it's hard and even if it seems like you've already lost. You keep moving forward no matter how challenging it may be. In this coming week's Parshat Shlach, Moshe sends Meraglim, spies, to check out the land of Eretz Israel. One man from each Sheva is sent, and when they come back, 10 out of the 12 try to convince the nation that the land is horrible. But Caleb and Yehoshua know that this isn't true. Only they are brave enough to speak up and say what they believe to be right, even though they know the nation probably won't listen to them. By doing this, they show real courage. We can learn from Caleb and Yehoshua that even though we will face challenges and changes, we must stay dauntless. Like the Meraglim, we are headed into a new world, but we should choose to be like Caleb and Yehoshua and see the good and do what we know is right. As we face what lies ahead, we should remember that stepping into this new world of high school is brave. Taking everything one step at a time is being brave. It won't be easy, and there will always be struggles to overcome, but by getting through it, we are being courageous. Congratulations, class of 2023. We did it.
I'd like now to call upon our next speaker, Lily Greenbaum.
Yes.
Lechvod Rabbi Alter, Mrs. Bourne, and distinguished rabbis, and welcome to all guests, family, and friends. I can't believe we're all graduating and saying goodbye to Moriah. I've been a Moriah student for 11 years. Over the years, I've spent more time at Moriah than anywhere else, so it really is my second home. I remember being in the nursery building and being so excited to graduate into the big kid building. And then, after a few more years, we were all so excited to enter middle school. But now, we are leaving Moriah and embarking on a new chapter in our lives. When I think about this next era, it is easy to feel conflicted. On one hand, it is scary to leave the comfort of Moriah and begin a new journey where things are not as familiar. But on the other hand, it is exciting to start somewhere new with new experiences and plans. As students who have only known Moriah for over a decade, it is natural for many of us to feel both of these conflicting emotions. Fortunately, Chazal provide a helpful perspective to help prepare ourselves for what lies ahead. In Pirkei Avos, Parak Gimel, Mishnah Aleph, a Kavya Ben Malala gives 3 rules for leading a good life. Dam Ayin Bata Ula Amatahu, with name Miyatahati, Tin Din Kashmon. Know from where you come and where you are going, and before whom you are destined to give an account and reckoning. A Kavya Ben Malala is instructing us to think about our backgrounds and where we came from as a way to prepare for where we are going. All with the understanding that our goal is to live a life of Torah, Chesed, and Jewish values. Looking to the past is a way of holding on to Moriah and the Torah values that we were taught every day. From the kindergarten parties, Siddur and Chumash plays, Oneg Zikram Chagigo, College Olympics, Heritage Fair, and Science Fair, Moriah has always promoted and fostered within us a sense of friendship and love of learning. Additionally, Moriah has taught us the importance of being a Jew and being active in the Jewish community through special speakers, Chesed projects, and of course, the Names on Numbers Holocaust Remembrance Program. Names on Numbers in particular was a powerful way of connecting to earlier generations of Jewish people. I felt especially connected through this program because I'm the great-granddaughter of Holocaust survivors. Through all of these programs and so much more, the rebellion, Morovian teachers at Moriah have certainly prepared us for where we are going. The road ahead is uncertain. We've all been taught how to navigate with commitment and love of Torah and Chesed. For the past 11 years, every class I had, every special program I attended, and every after-school activity I participated in has helped shape me into the person I am today. Speaking on behalf of the entire graduating class of 2023, we are proud to call ourselves Moriah graduates and to represent the values and ideals of Moriah and the Jewish people in our journeys ahead. Thank you to the Moriah administrators and faculty for all your hard work and dedication. Thank you to our families who have always loved us and supported us. And thank you to my Moriah classmates for an amazing 11 years. I wish my friends and fellow classmates Hatzlacha and much success. I know we will remember our years at Moriah, and like the song says, we will always have Moriah in our hearts. Thank you and good night.
I'd call Jonathan Bronson, our next speaker.
Congratulations, Moriah Class of 2023. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Jonathan Cronton, and I'm honored to speak at our graduation. Before I begin, I would like to thank Rabbi Alter, Mrs. Boyne, and the entire Moriah faculty and staff for making our years at Moriah so meaningful and transformative. Our time at Moriah has been a culmination of amazing experiences that have truly shaped us into who we are today. Through unique activities like the Invention Convention and the Science Fair, Moriah has given us the opportunities to expand our horizons and has molded us into who we are today. Events such as Heritage Fair and Names Not Numbers have also instilled within us the importance of connecting with our Masorah, or Jewish tradition. Our class trips to Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. have presented us with unique opportunities to further cement our identity as American Jews. For example, on the Philadelphia trip, we prayed at one of the oldest synagogues in America. More recently, we visited the United States Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C., a deeply moving experience that provided additional context to our in-depth study of the Shoah. These trips also included fun activities, such as late-night swimming and barbecuing in Philly, and intense go-kart racing on our way back to Washington, which strengthened our bonds as classmates and as friends. These principles of Masorah and community that Moriah has infused us with go hand in hand as key components of Judaism as a whole. For instance, the Shema, which you recite twice a day, contains the phrase, V'shinamtam levanecha, and you should teach your son Torah, showing how integral tradition is in our lives. Similarly, every time we walk into our Beit Knesset, we demonstrate one of the Torah's key pillars, community. The simple act of davening with a kehillah bolsters our sense of unity and togetherness and brings us all closer to Hashem. Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs once drew a connection between these prevalent ideals of the Torah, writing, "A community is like the ark of Jewish tradition. We lift it and discover that it is lifting us." As our middle school experience comes to a close and we move on to high school, we begin a new stage in our lives. We will be given more opportunities, more responsibilities, and unfortunately, more homework. Our time at Moriah has been a stepping stone for personal growth, and the experiences we've had will guide us as we navigate the figurative maze that high school is. The lessons we have learned throughout our years here will help us through some of the most impactful years of our lives. My message to all of you is to never give up on your goals, no matter what. Our roller coaster experience through middle school, from the COVID years to this very graduation, goes to show the great things that perseverance and resilience can bring. Furthermore, we should all carry on our Masorah and sense of community that Moriah has inculcated us with through high school and beyond, as it will enhance our lives as a whole. Finally, on behalf of my entire graduating class, I would like to express the utmost of gratitude to everyone at Moriah, from the administration and teachers to the security, kitchen, and maintenance crews. You are all responsible for making Moriah the amazing place we know it as. We should all remember that every end brings a new beginning. To quote Dr. Seuss, "You're off to great places. Today's your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way."
Let's call upon our final class speaker, David Rasmussen.
With Lord Rabbi Alter, Mrs. Boyne, rebellion, teachers, parents, and friends, I am honored to be speaking before you today on behalf of my fellow graduates. I joined Moriah in second grade. I was nervous about what was in store for me and anxious about what the future would bring. But on the very first day, during circle time with Mrs. Fox, I remember meeting new friends and feeling comfortable. Why would I even need new friends? I came to the world as a triplet with two built-in friends. Thanks, Simon and Uba. And yet, I made some wonderful friends during my years in Moriah. After only a few hours did I realize that Moriah would become my second home, full of kind and caring people. I felt welcomed and I was confident, yes, even as a second grader, that it was the right place for me. As the years went by, I learned innumerable lessons, formulated new ideas, and made new friends that I hope will last well beyond the time spent at 53 South Village Street. In last week's Parsha, Parshas Valosa, Mary was punished with Taras for speaking Lashon Hara about Moshe. She was then instructed to remain in seclusion for 7 days. Surprisingly, the whole nation waited for her to return before continuing their journey. Why did they do this? Rashi explains that Hashem kept the people in place by not moving the Ananei Kavod from over the Mishkan to thank and honor Miriam for protecting Moshe when he was a baby. Paro had made a decree in the land of Egypt that all baby boys must be thrown into the Nile. In order to protect him, Moshe's mother Yocheved put him into a basket in the Nile. Miriam, Moshe's sister, watched over him from the shore to make sure he was safe. Now Hashem is repaying Miriam for the kindness she did for Moshe, while Bnei Israel waiting for a safe return. This interpretation teaches us two very important lessons relevant as we are graduating this evening. We learn about the importance of a Akar Satov, showing gratitude, and about the value of each individual person. The Jews did not move on until everyone was with them. They did not leave anyone behind. As we are leaving Moriah, we must realize how much the school has done for us, academically and emotionally. We have had great teachers along the way, and we must be thankful for their dedication to our education and well-being. We also must be thankful to our parents. They have supported us throughout our lives for everything we need. They inspire us to be the best students and people we can be. They have fostered good midos like kindness and compassion in us. As we continue on our journey into high school and beyond, we must look to them for guidance as to how we should conduct ourselves. Most importantly, we must thank Hashem for getting us to where we are today. Even though we must work hard and do our part, we must realize that ultimately everything is from Him. We must dive into Him that He will continue to lead us on the right path and help us succeed in all of our endeavors. At Moriah, Optus is a foundational principle that is a cornerstone to the ideals of the school. We are all valued and viewed as essential. If I look at my classmates and ask them how many times on our trip to Washington did the teachers take attendance on the bus, it would be too many to count. Throughout our entire graduation trip, it was vital to be one unit, whether it was shopping for souvenirs, go-karting, or being serious at the Vietnam Memorial. The concept of Optus, unity, is dear to each Moriah graduate today. It didn't go unnoticed to me that the opening lyrics of the Moriah anthem that we will sing later in the program are "Come inside and you will see" what it means for us to be part of a tradition of a special family. When I entered Moriah and came inside as a second grader, and now as I leave Moriah as an eighth grader, I've seen firsthand what it means to be part of this tradition, and this is why Moriah will always be in our hearts. Thank you, Moriah.
Our students have prepared a number of songs, which they'll present now. You can find the lyrics in the program.
The Midah al-Hakarat HaTov has been instilled in us throughout our years at Moriah. We have been taught to express gratitude towards our parents, teachers, community, and friends. As we graduate, it is time for us to express our appreciation to Moriah and to give back in a meaningful way to the school that has nurtured and educated us for the past 10 years. In order to show our Hakarat HaTov to our soon-to-be alma mater, the members of the class of 2023 raised money to buy what we hope will be a most meaningful gift for our school and for those students who follow us.
Nine times every day, we enter and exit our middle school classrooms and pass through their doorways. Each time we go in and out, we walk past the mezuzah that is posted on that doorway. The mezuzah serves as a reminder of who we are and what we stand for. The scroll it houses, containing the words of Shema, serves as a blueprint for us to follow in our daily lives. It is a reminder of the values we've been taught to bring into the classrooms that we enter and to apply to all aspects of our lives. It serves as a reminder of the teachings we are expected to carry out of our classroom and use as guidelines in our everyday behavior and in our interactions with others, wherever we may be.
With these thoughts in mind, we have raised money to purchase 12 beautiful, colorful, and eye-catching mezuzot for our middle school classrooms, and for the purpose of Hiddur Mitzvah and to enhance the power of this most special religious symbol. May these mezuzot serve as a reminder to future students that within our Moriah classrooms, there are lifelong lessons to be learned, lessons that are meant to inspire a life of Torah, Chesed, and Yirat Shamayim.
We hope that this gift will perpetuate our legacy to Moriah and ensure that the class of 2023 will be remembered forever. Mazel tov to everyone!
The Irving and Debbie Shulman Derech Hayasher Citizenship Award was established by the Shulman family in memory of their wonderful parents who exemplified the proper way in their family, community, religious, and personal lives. Tonight, I am honored to present this award to one student who has stood out with exemplary midah and has excelled in areas of both character and judgment. This student exemplifies the Derech Hayosher, Mali Wahir. We hope that every time you open this set of Hirsch Kumashim, you're reminded of this day and this special award. Mazal tov. It'll take us just a moment. It's about that time that we're going to confer diplomas on our class of 2023. Let's just get set up. Parents, if you are an alum of Moriah, please make sure to line up boys' parents on this side, girls' parents on that side, so that you can partake in handing out those diplomas. Thank you. When we call your child's name, just step up. It's for alumni parents. Abigail Walter. Rebecca Amarian. Henry Isaac Auerbach. Molly Ruth Lyer. Anna Cohen. Nathan Cutler. Samuel Ilan Davidovich. Jack Touche. Jack William Dykeman. Lauren Silver Eisenberger. Aaron Feldman. Celia Fenster. Simon Asher Fishman. Aiden Sage Vogel. Emily Fox. Talia Freed. Lily Gadansky. Avery Bella Goldberg. Ruthie Nina Kosupnik. Jake Robert. Rebecca Rose Isaac. Sarah Jacobs. Alexander Henry Kalish. Noah Adam Kessler. Jonah Benjamin Knoll. Emily Juliette Cohn. Jonathan Cronson. Karen Cronson. Nira Lewis. Ezra Daniel Marcovici. Margot Parker Manio. Jonah Benjamin Naowitz. Emil Joseph Attentasser. Brandon Keller. Ariella Piatrica. Jacob Aaron Hallard. Abuba Ratzendorfer. Chaim Ratzendorfer. Joshua Winslow. Theodore Nathan Wolf. Stella Sabatnik. Moriah, class of 2023, are now pronounced graduating. There will be a Mara opinion at the 828 on the stage. Mazel tov, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight.
עברו אלפי שנים ועדיין מנסים לחשוב ולהבין איך זה יכול להיות שעם קטן אחד אשר עוד חי ולא עבד, מי יגלה את הסוד? עם ישראל, לעולם ועד, לנצח נישאר העם הזה, לא מוותר, יש הבטחה מאת הקן והוא יפתה את ישראל. לנצח נישאר העם הזה, לא מוותר, יש הבטחה מאת הקן והוא יפתה את ישראל. עברנו את הכל וזהו נס גדול, עליו נודה בקול למלך העולם, כי לא אחד בלבד עלינו כבר עמד, אבל השם אחד מצילנו מידם. עם ישראל, לעולם ועד, לנצח נישאר העם הזה, לא מוותר, יש הבטחה מאת הקן והוא יפתה את ישראל.